welcome to the Remedy Fibers podcast, a podcast about knitting and crocheting hosted by me, Jillian. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're a returner, thank you so much for coming back to my channel. So since you've last been here, I have since had a baby. So much has happened. He is 3 months and almost 4 months now. And this is my second attempt in recording this episode. I'm gonna take my time. Baby is sleeping. I have a little bit of notes, or at least I have my Ravelry up so I can reference the project names and what type of yarn I used. The last episode was so chaotic. Benny was making sounds, baby was crying. I was trying to feed him while recording. It was just too chaotic, and as I told you a few months ago, my frequency of how much I'm going to be podcasting is going to diminish because I have a brand spanking new baby. I love him. He is the light of my life. His name is Sean, and thank goodness he is sleeping. He might wake up and you might get a sneak preview of him, but let's stop the chit-chatting and get on with the knitting and crocheting. So I do have 2 disclaimers for today. I forgot to charge my camera battery, so I am using my phone. Hopefully the audio is good enough for you to hear me. And I also have some very noisy upstairs neighbors in case you hear any new booms, bangs. You probably noticed that I have moved since having a baby. Once we went into the hospital, it was very sudden. My maternity leave started, and then the next day baby came, even though he came 2 weeks early. So when we came back from the hospital, we had to move. We had a deadline that we needed to move out by. So welcome to my new home. It has been a very amazing but very chaotic last 3 months. But let's get on with it. For today, I'm wearing my Empire State cardigan by Chantel, also known as Knititude. This is a Lion brand yarn blend, alpaca and some acrylic, I believe. But I love it. It's my favorite go-to sweater. The only downside is once you have a baby, all of these floofs and kind of mohair-like feeling hairs are starting to go everywhere. Sometimes I find them on him and I'm trying to feed him. So this is not an ideal sweater material for a baby. But I didn't know that when I knit it at the time. So let's get on to what I'm drinking. I'm almost done with my matcha. I also learned that while breastfeeding, my baby does not tolerate caffeine. He is up all night. He is cranky, fussy. So I didn't drink caffeine while pregnant, and I still cannot drink caffeine. I have had coffee. That's how I learned that he cannot tolerate it at all. But now I have to ask for decaf, which isn't as amazing as regular coffees. Because I am very sleep deprived, I need that extra boost, and the decaf is just not giving it to me. Neither is the matcha, but I can appreciate a good matcha. So for today's video, I am going to take you to Lambtown with me and preparing for Lambtown. So I'll include that footage here just so you can see all the yarn, the fun sweater that I made for my baby. I was able to finish it in time. You can check that out here, and then we'll check back in afterwards. Good morning. Today is Friday. It is the day before Lambtown Festival, which is an annual festival held in the month of October in Dixon, California. So they're gonna have sheep demonstrations, a whole bunch of yarn and wool, spinning wheels. And speaking of spinning wheels, my spinning wheel is actually right back here, and I haven't used it in a while because of baby. But we are getting ready to go to Lambtown Festival for tomorrow, and I have a work in progress for my little baby that I need to finish. So let me show you that here. So here is the Flax DK sweater for ages 0 to 6 months. And what I really love about this pattern is it's working up really fast because I'm using a DK weight. I think the original pattern, there's a worsted weight. I want to say there might be a fingering weight. I'm not quite sure about that. And what I love most about this sweater is that Tin Cannon's created an app where you can select the specific size that you're going to knit, and it only shows you the repeats, the number of stitches solely for that pattern size. So there's no confusion, there's no highlighting. It really makes it really easy to follow the directions of the pattern without getting confused. There's been times where I have knit other sizes within a pattern because I forgot to highlight it. It's an easy fix, but thank goodness for this pattern, I am not having any of those issues. So right now I'm almost done with binding off and doing the little cuff for this sleeve, and then I can't wait to block it. I might not have time to block it, but we'll see how today goes with my progress. So I think this will fit him. It looks like it will fit him. It might be a little bit oversized, but that's perfect so that he can wear it for the month of October, possibly for the month of November. So I'm gonna head over to the coffee shop just to enjoy my Friday. Even though it is fall in California, it's gonna be 100 degrees, so we cannot be outside when it's that hot. It's not safe for him, and also it's just not comfortable for either of us. So I'm gonna head out first thing in the morning. It's about 8:30. Head to the coffee shop, enjoy our morning together, and then do some knitting. So see you there. Good morning. We are headed to Lambtown. Baby's in the back. It is going to be 100 degrees today, so sadly he cannot wear his Flax sweater. And I did bring a cardigan. I forgot the name of it. I'm gonna have to insert the name of the cardigan because I made that so long ago. Ready for Lambtown and see the sheepies? Yeah! I had a great time at the Lambtown Festival. When I first got there, it wasn't as packed. There was a long line to get in, but it moved pretty quickly. And I would say it was very popular. It was a very popular event because when we got there around 9:30, 10 o'clock, it was easy to go around the booths with a stroller. It was easy to shop and browse. But I would say after an hour in, it got so packed that I wasn't comfortable. A lot of people were stopping my husband to see the baby. And you know, it's cold and flu season. So we were like, you know, we need our distance. Because he is only 3 months. He has his vaccines, but that can only help so much. But the time that I was there was a really good time. I was able to pick up some things that I'll show you later on. But let's get on with the finished objects. So my first finished object for today is the Ponderosa cardigan. This is a cardigan by Esther Kozma, and it is crochet, and I finished it before baby. Actually, I finished it once he was born. Once my carpal tunnel kind of relieved a little bit. Speaking of carpal tunnel, I still have some aches in my hands, so I'm able to knit, I'm able to crochet, but I still have some challenges since pregnancy. So here is the finished crochet cardigan. It doesn't fit him. I think I crocheted it size 6 months and he's still little. And I'm thinking I need buttons just to finish it off because it's looking a little unfinished. It's missing something. I don't know if it needs like an embellish something, stars, a cute little animal motif. It's missing something. So this is how it looks. I'm so happy with it. I think I need one for myself. I wonder if she has adult sizes for this cardigan. No, it goes 6 to 12 months, which is the smallest size, and that's the size that I crocheted. 1 to 2 years, 3 to 4, 5 to 6, 7 to 8, and 9 to 10. So sadly, this is not an adult size sweater, but it was very fast to work up and very enjoyable as well. So this is the cardigan for my baby. My last finished object for today is the Flax worsted sweater, and this is the sweater that I made just in time for Lambtown. It is size 3 to 6 months, and it fits my baby. It's slightly a little bit oversized, but at least he can wear it as we get into the chillier weather. But it's so cute, so fast to work up. I did do the short rows. The short rows were optional, but I love it. It's so stinking cute on him. The only thing that was a little bit weird for me was I kind of got confused when I had to decrease for the sleeves. So one of the sleeves is very symmetrical, it looks even, and then I think my first sleeve, you probably can't even tell on camera. One of it is a little bit wonky, but it's something that you can't see. And then when I was doing the short rows, I wasn't sure if I was supposed to stay in pattern. So you can see for the sleeves, I kind of get thrown off pattern when doing the short row here. This one, you can't really notice it. It's much smaller. It's very small, but this one you can. Good thing that is in the back of the sweater, so no one will see that. And also, he most likely is gonna grow out of this very fast. But for now, he has his first hand knit sweater by Mama, and I'm sure he loves it. It's nice and cozy, it's soft. This is yarn that I picked up from Rumpelstiltskin, located in Sacramento. It's a small local yarn shop. The yarn, I lost the label, but I want to say it was Luma Fiber Co. Anywho, I love it. It is a wool blend, and I do have a lot of yarn left over. I have some yarn left over, so I'm wondering if I can squeeze out a matching hat for this. My original goal was to knit him this for Lambtown, but also go to the pumpkin patch and take some pictures. We did go to a pumpkin patch, but we forgot to bring his sweater, so I'll include a picture of us visiting that pumpkin patch. So cute. And maybe we'll go back. It's still the month of October. Maybe we'll go back and have some photos in his hand knit sweater. I have one work in progress for today, and I have it in my Lambtown bag that I'll be talking about later on. But let me get the project out so you can see it. I've been watching Escarla. If you haven't watched her YouTube knitting and crochet podcast, she also does spinning. I will include her name and link down below so you can go subscribe, check out her videos. She recently had a baby as well, and she made the midwife crochet blanket for her baby. It is a vintage pattern, and I was obsessed with it that I decided to cast one on as well. So here is how it's going. It's a little bit tricky if you're not paying attention. I'll include the YouTube tutorial that I'm using down below. But I did you have to count. You kind of have to count because the design is matching up here. These slip stitches are supposed to be matching up here, and there was a couple of times when my count was off and I had to go back a couple rows, but as you know, for crochet that is much easier to do. So this is the crocheted blanket. For the most part, maybe minus these couple rows, this was one ball of yarn. So now I'm on my second ball of yarn, and I do have a third ball. I wanted to make it pretty big just so it's easy to wrap in. But right now that I'm seeing it on camera, this would be a beautiful shawl, to have, for a gift for someone. But that's not what it's gonna be. So I'm having a really fun time crocheting this. I crochet while baby's sleeping, while pretty much that's the only time I'm able to crochet. He naps about 3 times a day, so I can crochet a little bit. This is maybe 2 weeks worth of progress on and off, a couple hours a day. But I'm loving this blanket, and I'm obsessed with it. I can't crochet on it as much as I like to. And the yarn that I'm using is Lion Brand Heartland. Here's the label, Heartland. And I'm using the King's Canyon color. My baby looks so good in the autumn colors, so like the oranges, the greens, the navy blues, and I think green is his color, so that's why I got this green color for him. I think that because I'm a boy mom, I'm gravitating to more boy colors, blue, green, darker colors, not necessarily boy colors, but normally, you know, I like the really bright, fun colors, but for now, I'm really gravitating to those darker, moodier colors for him. So that's all that I have for finished objects and works in progress. And I'm going to show you now what I picked up at Lambtown. The first acquisition that I have today is from the booth Sea Change Fibers. And this beautiful color, I told you dark and moody, is what I gravitated to. It's called Stormy Seas. There's 440 yards in this skein, and it's 89% merino, rambouillet, and 11% acrylic. So this is fingering tweed, and I think with 440 yards, I would be able to create another pullover, because I didn't mention for the Flax DK, I used about 300 yards. So I think with 440, I'll be able to create either another pullover. I didn't have a pattern in mind. I really actually went to Lambtown, just gravitated to whatever I liked, and I saw this girl, she grabbed 3 or 4 skeins of this, and I was so indecisive, and I said she got a good eye, I like what she picked, and that's why I went with this one skein. I think this was the last skein left for this colorway. Baby's looking at me. Good morning, you waking up? Let me finish my video and then I'll give you lots of loving. He might start crying. Okay, next up, I picked up Ilamani Santi colorway. This is 45% merino, 25% alpaca, 15% yak, and 15% mulberry silk. So you know it's very, very soft. And of course, in those dark navy moody colors. And the colorway is actually navy, so this is the cute little label. I got 2 of these, but now I'm kicking myself because I think I should have gotten 3. They're each 137 yards, and when I was looking at fingering weight patterns, oh no, actually this is DK weight patterns, I think it would have been nice to have 1 more skein because I want to make another cardigan, and I don't know if I could do so with the amount of yardage that I have. I did see online that they do have this in stock, that I'm able to order it. It was $15 a skein, so not too bad for the price tag given the content that's in this skein. So I might have to just order it depending on which pattern that I pick. But this is what I picked up regarding yarn. I hope the color is good so you can see the dark moody colors. Very fun. I can't wait to cast that on. Because I am very busy with baby, I'm doing 1 project at a time. That's all I can manage. That's all I can remember, especially when I'm keeping track of a pattern. So we're gonna speed this up a little bit. The last thing that I purchased was a project bag. Surprisingly, I don't have many project bags. I have 1 from a maker, and then everything else I use are just reusable bags. But this was from A Needle Runs Through It, and this is my favorite Studio Ghibli movie. And it's so cute. I love the colors. I love the purple, even the little lime green embellishments that are there. This is a pretty big size blanket, and you can see it's It has a lot of room for whatever type of project, small to medium, that I need. And it also came with a stitch marker, but I think I took it out from this bag. The material is very firm. I love it. I love the handle, and I'm so happy that I actually splurged on the project bag. I think at one point I had a lot more project bags, but I always get into this, I need to downsize, I need to purge all of these extra things that I have. But I realized that my projects were kind of just being thrown around. The yarn was getting knotted and twisted. Highly recommend. They do have an Etsy shop that I can include the link down below, and she just uploaded the project bags that she didn't sell, and makes me want to buy more because I signed up for her newsletter and they're so stinking cute. So that's it for today. Let me know what you're working on, what you're up to. Let me know how you're doing. I hope that you and your family are happy, healthy, and safe, and hope to talk soon. Bye. Love you, baby. Hey, boo.